Hello, Dan. Can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep. Loud and
Good.
clear.
How are you? Just us.
Just me and thee,
Oh dear.
the two musketeers.
Did you say so, mate?
It's all good, mate. It's all good.
Good.
How you been?
Happy night. How was Christmas? All right?
Yeah. How's yours?
Yeah, it's all right. I'm just
Good.
Getting over it. I ate too much food.
Good. Good.
Feeling a bit sluggish at the moment. But other than that, I'm all right.
Good. Good. I've spent the last couple of days with a bit of man flu, so I've been feeling a little bit sorry for myself.
Oh, dear. Poor you. Poor you.
I know. Poor me. Everyone feels sorry for Webby.
Oh well. Got tier 4, mate. Tier 4 COVID.
That's it, mate.
Cool.
Tier 4. Living the dream.
Oh man. Is this a Patreon episode or
No,
not? I don't
no.
know.
It's normal this
regular one.
week. Back to Patreon next week. Keeping the order the same. Because the Christmas one was meant to be Patreon, but it's put out for everyone.
Fair enough. I can't see anyone complaining about that.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So there we go. That's all good. Hello, St. Adams. He's in tier 4 as well. He says hi.
Yay! Hello, tier 4. Yay!
So that's all good. That's all good, man. We're all chilling on this fine Sunday evening. Was meant to have Stunty on tonight, but he's been pussy whipped, so he can't come on now.
Oh, he's got to be good as gold, isn't he? He's been playing too many video games.
Yeah. He's been playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto online, apparently.
Yeah, I've been playing. I just had a go at that.
Nice.
I don't know where to start.
I wish it was crossplay. I really do. That would be awesome.
Well, you never know. They might announce something further down the line. You never know.
Yeah.
Right, we'll talk about that a little bit later, I reckon.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I was hoping Colin would come on because I see he's online on Discord.
Is he now? Colin, where are you?
He's now said he's idle.
He's
Discord.
He's been looking at it whilst he's on the low, I bet.
Yeah, I imagine so. Okay.
Oh, we haven't done the heist yet, I'm afraid.
I've got enough friends.
I don't know where to start with it. Oh dear.
Yeah, I would like to do a heist on it because that would be a lot of fun.
Well, it's just getting the I suppose just learning all the ropes again. Because at the moment, as I said, I've done the prologue of the campaign.
Yeah.
And then I've literally spent about 20 minutes just trying to avoid people, trying to invite me to bloody parties, complete strangers, and hearing people's mics crackling in and out, and I'm like, mate, your mic's shit, sort it out. Yeah. It's all good, man.
Cool. Right, shall we start then?
Yeah. What's the order?
Oh, I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it?
Oh dear.
Yeah, well, at least this won't be a long one, which is us too. Cause I still feel a bit shitty. I'm just drinking a lemon water at the moment, so hopefully my throat can hold out.
A lemon water, bloody hell.
Yeah, I know. That's how ill I am, mate.
Good.
I hate getting colds.
Yeah, I'm quite lucky because I don't interact with anyone, so I don't get a cold at all.
That's a problem because we still sending Marcus to childcare. He brings back all the colds that all the kids give him, you know, because kids just carry germs. That's all they're good for.
Little shitbags, man.
Yeah. So
anyway, let's do this.
Are we ready? Okay.
I think so.
And a 3, and a 2, and a 1. Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 52 for Tuesday, the 29th of December, 2020. I'm your host, Mark Webb, Gamertag Piss on DSteamID Webby, 360G, and joining me today is...
All by myself, said my dad.
And that's it. So the last episode of 2020 is just myself with Cinnamon Dan.
Yeah, I've got a feeling everyone's bailed. It is the end of 2020 and everyone wants to hide under a rock just to make sure it goes away.
Pretty much.
Yeah. How long we
Yeah.
got? Well, it's the 27th. Well, we've called it on the 27th, so we've got 4 days. So I don't know. Do we think we'd be able to make it through?
Yeah, be fine. We'll be
I don't
fine.
think so. Something shit's gonna happen. I don't know. We've been dodging bullets all fucking year.
I know,
Oh,
I know. But we'll be okay.
okay.
It's fine.
So where do we start this week then? Since there's only two of us,
Well,
should we
we'll start with the
talk
news.
about the news? I suppose we can talk about Christmas and all that coming up because Christmas has been and gone, hasn't it?
Yeah, so well, first of all, I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone who's listening.
Happy New Year.
Hopefully 2021 is better than 2020's been for most people. We will see what happens.
What's one star up from a pandemic? What do you think it is?
I don't know, zombie apocalypse.
Flesh-eating virus.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, mate.
I suppose we're doing our predictions, aren't we already? So
yeah.
we'll get away. I don't know. We've hopefully seen the last of Brexit.
Woohoo! Yeah, so people can stop arguing over that now. You know, it's done, dusted.
And they've got the pandemic. What else we got? Yeah, the Trump. Yeah. Anything else?
Well, perhaps 2021 will be a good year then.
Maybe.
Perhaps everything will just turn around.
Oh, I don't know. One can only hope.
Yeah.
One can only hope. Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I had a nice Christmas. I got a game for Christmas that I'm going to talk about and what I've been playing. So that was nice. It's had a nice chill day, really.
Nice. Lots of food.
Lots of I don't. To be fair, we don't usually splurge really on food over Christmas anyway. Because
you're a vegan household, so what do you have for Christmas Day dinner?
We had like the usual roast potatoes and veggies and all that sort of stuff. And then my missus made a portobello mushroom thing. It was really nice, really nice. Yeah, okay. Lovely, beautiful.
Is that sort of like just spraying it with a bit of olive oil and roasting it?
Like a big. What's it called, Leon? A Wellington, a portobello mushroom Wellington.
Okay. Oh, you coated it in pastry, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to say, I would have been a bit disappointed if someone served just a single mushroom up on a plate.
It's really tasty. Yeah, I love it when she makes that. It's beautiful. So
good.
Yeah, it was lovely. So yeah, I mean, and snacks wise, don't really do just sausage rolls and maybe some Pringles or something.
We had my favourite crisp at the moment is something called Muchos, which is like a double layered tortilla from
Muchos.
Muchos. They've got the nacho cheese flavour, and they're just absolutely Moorish. I had 2 bags.
Okay.
Christmas Day. 2
McCoy's
bags.
Muchos.
Yeah, they're my favourites at the moment.
What flavour? Nacho cheese flavour?
Nacho cheese flavour. They're all good. I had something of everything. And obviously the usual turkey. Shitloads of vodka, shitloads of gin, shitloads of Heineken. And then, what else was there? We watched Soul. That was really good. Excellent.
Soul? What's that?
Soul. It's a new Disney Pixar release that came out on Disney Plus on Christmas Day.
Oh, how do you spell that? S-O-L or like Soul?
S-O-U-L. Soul as in soul music.
Soul really, Disney. Really good. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Excellent. That looks cool. Yeah.
And what else? Just drank heavily.
Nice. I didn't really drink much. I got a load of beer, craft beer. Had 2 beers, and I've got some whiskey, Buffalo Trace, because that's my favourite. I had like a little bit of that. I was just feeling, a bit rough, so I didn't really drink. So I'm saving it for when my nostrils, my throat are better. So hopefully next week when we record the podcast, I can have a few drinky poos.
I'm not going to drink for a while, I think. I gave myself heartburn. Let's just say that.
Oh, it's horrible. I hate that.
Waking up on someone's sofa about 5 a.m. Going, oh fuck! And luckily, I had a big box of ready in the bathroom, so nice. I got tucked straight into those.
I did watch the ultimate Christmas movie.
Go on then.
Die Hard.
Yeah,
it's not Christmas without Die Hard.
I think Die Hard 2 is a better Christmas movie, personally.
Do you reckon? Oh, that's next on my list, actually. I might watch that, actually. Yeah, this week.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. I don't. We watched on the day. We had Channel 5 on, so believe it or not, we watched some music, old school musicals. So we had Oliver on and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which I'd never seen. And fuck me, that film's fucking creepy.
I bet
I
it's
didn't
aged
realise.
terribly as well.
Well, you sort of got this thing called the child catcher in it, which is it's like a paedophile, but running around with a great big cage, catching children, promising them sweets and stuff, and then giving them up to the ruler of his kingdom and stuff. And
That is a bit weird.
Sign of the times, mate. Sign of the times. But yeah, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Yeah, get on it. What else we want? Yeah, it's about it really. Soul and just shit really. But he got a bit of a blur come the end of the night. Had a good day.
Good. I'm glad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get to the news, shall we?
Yeah, this is the news. Bong.
I've only got 2 bits of news, so if you have anything else that I haven't got, that's fine. Halo on the Xbox 360, the multiplayer is being shut down.
Oh, I thought there was. Is there a date?
I haven't actually written that down because that's how good I am with doing the news. Okay. At the end of 2021 at the latest, it says here. There's no specific date.
Oh.
Yeah, it just says here, Halo's impressively long run on the Xbox 360. Now Microsoft plans to shut down all remaining Halo servers for the last gen console at the end of 2021 at the latest. Sad
2021,
face.
2021, I think you had a year's notice. It's not bad.
Well, you can play them all in Master Chief Collection anyway, so...
That's true. I mean, I'm guessing there's a whole host of people still on the 360s out there. Or
yeah.
Possibly.
Do you know what's going to be a sad day, though, Dan, is when they decide to shut down the Xbox 360 service completely.
Yeah, but we won't notice.
Well, I'll notice if I want to download a game that I've bought off Xbox Live Arcade in a couple of years and I can't bloody download it. Those digital purchases aren't forever.
It's true. It's true. Although I don't know the current umbrella where I suppose with the Xbox ecosystem, it's a little bit more safe. Anything you've bought on Xbox One should carry over.
Yeah.
So that should be okay. But yeah, I'm not that too upset. I mean, if you're upset by that, get over it. It's fine. All good things come to an end, and people need to realise that. But yeah, all good.
Got to be upset about something.
Yeah. Well, people do get upset about a lot of things.
Right.
Any other news? What else we got?
My other bit of news is the KFC console is real.
Oh.
Yeah.
What does it do?
It is a console made by KFC, and it has a little section in it where you can keep your chicken warm. And everyone thought it was a joke, but it's actually all over the news sites. It's been made. It is out there. I don't know if it's.
How many is there? Yeah,
I don't think there's going to be coming out for Sat. No, it's basically a high-end PC. So it's got a i9 processor in it and an RTX 3080 in it.
And a little section to keep your chicken warm.
Yeah, so that KFC console is just it's just really funny that.
Would you actually put your chicken in there though?
No, because the thing is, right. This is what I don't understand, right? Is when you buy a KFC, and you buy a Mighty Bucket or whatever. And bearing in mind, I haven't done this for a long time. Like when I used to, like the chicken is decimated within like 10 minutes within that bucket when I used to buy them. So,
well, you used to eat them all in one bucket, eat it all.
Yeah, so like if you're getting a mega bucket or whatever, it's normally for a few of you. But if I go on my own, I'll get like the Mighty Bucket for one. Yeah, and you just destroy it.
Yeah, true.
See, look, so if you're watching the video now, it's got the chicken chamber.
So I chop and change a little bit when I go to KFC. I either get the Mighty Bucket for one large, or the bonus banquet. I'm feeling a bit feeling a bit adventurous. Although I've kind of hacked the Deliveroo service or the Uber Eats service of KFC where I live, because if you get the Mighty Bucket, it's a bit overpriced, and you end up, instead of getting like a post mix drink, you end up getting a can.
Yeah.
So I order a mega box, which is a piece of chicken, a one of those fillets, a couple of hot wings, and large fries, and I get a snack box with a fillet in there as well. So for the same price as a Mighty Bucket, I think I get more chips, a lot more chips, no Coke because I don't want that, or Pepsi, I don't want one of those, and I get an extra. Is it a wing or fillet? I don't know, but it works out better. So top tip hack, top hack.
Okay.
That's what you do if you want a bit of chicken on Uber Eats or whatever. Do it that way.
Awesome. Good man. Yeah, so I just thought that was quite interesting. So it's basically they say it's a console, but it is basically just a PC in a custom case with a chicken warmer section. Weird.
And you make sure your gaming smell of chicken.
Yeah. So I was reading the way the warmer works is basically all the heat that the console generates gets pushed into that section and then goes out of the case that way.
Okay,
Yeah.
so basically, yeah, that makes sense. So
Yeah.
basically, how hot does it get in there? Did it say?
I don't know. I mean, if it's anything like my PC, it heats my room.
It's
so,
like, I'm about to say, as I said, it's like keeping it's like putting your chicken in a car glove box on a hot July afternoon. Is it like that?
No, I mean PC. I mean, if you filter all your heat out of one area, you know they can generate quite a lot of heat when you're gaming. So
Okay.
yeah, I can.
Well,
Yeah. I wonder how many of these they'll make. Probably about 10, maybe.
10.
I don't know.
Yeah, they'll give one away on social media, and I bet all
Yeah.
the top executives got one.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So that's all my news.
Yeah, I don't have any news. It's been a little bit quiet, I suppose. I mean, there's probably been stuff that might spring to mind, so we'll comment on it a bit later as we go along.
Yeah.
But yeah, all good, man. So,
Cool.
what's the next bit we do then? So,
games you've played, obviously.
Oh yeah, that's correct. Yeah. What should we talk about then? Well, what do you want to go through? Should we talk about GTA 5 a little bit?
Yeah, because I think we've all been playing. This is weird. It's weird. Like I mentioned it. I mentioned it because I finished Cyberpunk, which I'll talk about in a minute. But obviously I finished Cyberpunk, and I was in that kind of mode where I just fancied more open worldness. It's really weird. Like I played Cyberpunk, finished it, and it just made me feel like, oh, I want to play some Grand Theft Auto now. I fancied just that open worldness in a city. And what surprised me, so the only time I actually completed the campaign was on the Xbox 360, and I've owned it on the PC for quite a while, and never really played it. So I reinstalled it, and since I got my new graphics card, it's actually the first time I've been able to play it with all the graphical settings maxed out and to get a decent frame rate. And I have to say, for a game that came out in 2013, it looks really good in 2020, which is the first thing that really amazed me. And the other thing is just how, I don't know, it's just that attention to detail with all the radio stations. It makes it just feel like a real place. And just, I mean, I don't know how perfect the game was at launch, but it's just so polished, so much attention to detail. It's stuff that, like in Cyberpunk, you just don't see. So all the different AI people walking down the street will act completely different. So, for example, you steal someone's car, you pull them out the car. Some people will like cower and be like, "Oh no, oh no," and then some people try and fight you. Some people try and shoot you. There's all these different things that people can do. The same as if you're crashing into people's cars as well. So I had someone today, I was playing it, I smashed into the back of someone's car, and then that person got road rage and started chasing me in their car. So, there's all those different things. and it's just so well done, and it's just I was just playing it today, and the only thing that I could really think about was just I can't believe they got this to run on an Xbox 360 and a
360, yeah.
PS3 because you know with the graphic settings maxed out on PC, you still need really decent hardware, like up to date hardware to get it to run really, really well. You have to, because I remember when I was playing it before on my other graphics cards, I had to really dial back the graphical settings to get it to run a decent frame rate. So actually, when there was a quite an interesting thing on Digital Foundry that I watched, because they were talking about Cyberpunk. And they were saying when Grand Theft Auto came out on the Xbox 360 and the PS3, the frame rates were actually very similar. So they were saying that people were putting up with playing Grand Theft Auto like 20 frames per second on the Xbox 360.
Oh,
Um, and it's something like back then because I remember I completed on the 360, didn't even really, I don't remember even noticing that, to be honest, Dan. It was just a good game. Just really enjoyed it, and this is one of the reasons why I do feel that. All the issues regarding Cyberpunk, I feel have been blown way out of proportion because when I talk to people on the social medias who've been playing Cyberpunk on multiple different platforms, they have encountered some issues, but they're still enjoying the game and managing to play it.
yeah. It's.
So
I mean, the truth will out eventually because obviously the narrative of Cyberpunk has been set in stone now.
yeah,
Pretty much in terms of a launch, it still sold 13 million copies, even with all the refunds deducted, which is
yeah,
a phenomenal amount of games. And
yeah,
that title's only going to get bigger
yeah,
as you know the new next gen console versions get
yeah.
optimized and on. I mean, I've played the prologue.
Of
So get
GTA, yeah,
GTA, yeah. Got back familiar with the characters again. And I literally, before coming to the podcast, I tried out the on GTA Online for the first time in God knows how long. Made my character. Believe it or not, I could actually have a Mojo Interactive T-shirt for some reason.
how
I think
weird is that?
that's
I don't. I think because I remember Josh made them, and I
mm,
must have, like, when I'd got GTA on my PC, I must have ported my profile over from the 360
I
version.
think it's the it must be our gamer tags connected to Rockstar Social
Yes.
Club.
Yeah.
So I think those have been attributed to that, and because our gamer tags were associated, we got access to it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so I
because when
think
I
that's
lo
what's happened.
yeah, because when I
Mm.
loaded the online yesterday, oh, on Christmas Day actually, funnily
Yeah.
enough, I already had an apartment, and my dude was how I created him back on the 360, and he was already wearing his Mojo t-shirt. I was like, oh, this is cool. Okay, all my
I had to
stuff's
remake
carried
mine.
over. Oh,
Odd.
that's
All right.
annoying.
That's all right. Doesn't matter. I had about a
Yeah,
million in the bank anyway, still.
yeah.
So, but I started playing it. Immediately got scoped. I got dumped into a death match somehow. So I went on the freeway as you do and fell in front of a car. Pretended obviously to hurt myself, and then got up and chucked someone out of a hatchback and went on the joyride.
Nice.
Um, so I'm
The
just
on
about
Yeah, go on, sorry, mate. Hello? You there? Dan? Dan, I can't hear you.
called Lone Wolf and God knows what else.
Oh, I
So,
just lost you for a moment there, Dan.
oh, did I drop out? Did I?
No, it was mine. It disconnected.
Okay.
That's
So
all
I'll
right.
have to talk a little bit more. I'm not sure who heard you, not. What did you hear last? You have to edit this.
That's all right, mate. Just carrying you were going on a joyride.
Yeah, going on the joyride in the hatchback, and then ended up. What was it? Going to see Leicester.
Yeah.
Who and now I've got a heist on the go, and then I got shot to pieces. So yeah, there's a lot going on in the screen, and a lot going on in terms of an online world. So it's going to take a little while to get used to.
It's trying to figure out what to do because the first online world I went into, I was driving around, and I seem to remember one of the ways to make money is to rob the grocery stores.
Okay.
So I went to the grocery store. I was just about to get in it, and this dude just turned up in a helicopter and just blew the shit out of me. One of the other players. And I was reading online that that happens quite a lot. There's people, because obviously it's been out for so long. There's people that just jump on the online just to fuck with the other people on the server. Um,
Gotcha.
yeah, so I'm just wondering how much longevity this is going to have with me personally. But I mean, I would really like to do some heists with people because I've done one many years ago, and I remember it being a lot of fun. And there's this new one that's just come out that's meant to be really, really good. I think it's a minimum of 4 people though. So if anyone's got it on the PC to play with me, hit me up and I'll join the heist because I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think
Yeah,
Stunty's playing it on the PlayStation, isn't he? He's playing it on his
yeah,
PS5.
and I got a copy on Xbox One for £12.49 on the store, so I downloaded
Ding
it,
dong.
which was bargain, absolute bargain. Yeah, I mean, I'll play around a bit. I'm not sure whether or not I'll get around to doing heists. I don't know. I have to wait and see.
Yeah, yeah.
I just got a feeling some of the people that hang out all the time on Grand Theft Auto Online are a bit, how do I say, um,
Probably kids.
kids. Yeah, I don't really want to be playing with them.
No, no, no. Have you played much of the campaign then? Because I was playing some of the campaign today,
A
and
bit.
I've gone quite far in it now actually, and I was like, I actually forgot how good the campaign actually is. And there's a lot of stuff in this game that hasn't been done since, I don't think, in any other game. So
I know.
what?
I played a bit,
Yeah,
so I need to get back stuck into it. If I'm being honest,
yeah. No,
I'll have a go at it tonight. I think.
yeah. So one of them I was doing the heist. Um, after there's a mission where you get a submarine. So
Yeah.
I was doing the one after that, and it's really good because it utilizes all 3 characters within the game and throughout the heist. So you have to set up the heist beforehand, which I thought was really, really good because it's set in the scene. And then throughout the heist, you chop and change between the 3 characters because they all have their set roles. Um, and I really like that because I haven't really seen that in any other open world game. And it's just it's just when I was playing it, Dan, it just felt, oh, what's the word? I felt like I was in this living, breathing city because I was flying around in the chopper for a bit and just looking down, and I was thinking, wow, this is just amazing. And when you're just driving around and you can change your radio stations and it's all music that's familiar to you, it just brings that kind of realness to the game, if that makes sense. And this is mad that I'm talking like this about a game that came out 7 years ago. I think that's pretty nuts.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, there's talk at the moment is where do Rockstar take this or go with GTA 6.
Yeah,
And I think that the story I think the speculation is that they are currently developing Grand Theft Auto 6 to run concurrently, I guess, with Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto 5 Online.
yeah,
So you'll have the ability, because the next gen versions, I guess, will. This is only speculation. This is what I would do personally if you've got like $1 billion cash cow.
yeah,
Would be to release your Grand Theft Auto 6 concurrently with what you've got already, so you can expand the world and take the player base with you. So and then they can migrate and go between the two.
yeah, yeah,
So that's, I think, what we could probably get an announcement the next year or two, I guess.
yeah. I know Rockstar probably aren't in any rush because GTA Online, as you say, Dan, it makes them a lot of money every single year. It's guaranteed money because people are buying the in-game shark cards to buy the stuff in the game, and that makes them millions and millions of pounds. It really does.
Kind of gives me a little bit apprehensive about playing online. If I'm being honest with you, it sounds very much like play to win or pay to win
Yeah,
in my
yeah,
eyes. Um,
yeah,
you know what it is. It's like little kiddie spent his last $5
yeah,
on a fast car or whatever. So I'll play a bit more and see what I think. But yeah,
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm enjoying it as it is at the moment. I mean, I'm just enjoying playing the campaign again. To be honest, I've spent more time playing the campaign the last few days than I have on the online. I mean, I've dabbled in the online because I want to uh do some heists, but I don't really want to do heists with randoms. I want to do
yeah,
them with people I actually know, and I know there's plenty of people in the community that have Grand Theft Auto 5. I mean, who doesn't own the game, right? um so I just need to try and organize it if I can, and it's setting aside the time to do the heist because I think they take quite a long time. At least, I think some of them take a good couple of hours to do. So, for me, it's setting that time aside when the kids are asleep or whatever. So,
Good luck with that.
yeah. So, I really want to do it. But yeah, it's actually really nice to go back to it. I'm really enjoying it, and I look forward to playing more. It's just that, as I say, it looks great still. The attention to detail on everything, the water, just the characters, the cars, the music, everything. It's just nuts. It really is. It's just an open world playground. So much fun.
What else have we been playing? Pick up the list. Let's have a look. I've been playing the game I've been playing the most, if I'm being honest, is Gears 5. I know I talk about it a lot at the moment, obviously. But this past week has been times 4 XP, so I have been absolutely caning that. It's been good. I've been boosting all week, all Christmas, and the plan now is to try and complete the operation or the campaign, or whatever it's called, the season, as it's called traditionally. I'm about half the way there in terms of getting stars. But the good news is that the booster weekend is helping boost the stars as well. So I am literally jumping a whole rank or level once a day or so. So I should be there in about a week or two, I reckon.
Cool.
So all good. Yeah, been playing that a lot. What else is there? It's bits and bobs. It's been, as I said last time I was on, got very drunk. Haven't done much since then. A bit more Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. Really enjoying it still.
Yeah.
A little bit more Cyberpunk, but not too much. And then I did purchase a new game for £12 or so on the Switch, and it's forgive me if I butcher the name of this, but it's Taika no Takisan, Drum and Fun.
What?
Is it Taki no Taki-san Drum and Fun? It's a beat drum game, very big in Japan, where you get a load of J-pop. But basically, it's like it comes with a peripheral if you buy the full price version of a little drum set, and the idea is that you have to hit the sticks in order to match the beat and make all the color or the characters go funny and crazy, and you go to this LSD trip and all kinds of crazy shit happens. It's not really westernized at all, apart from the language. But the idea really on this is it's J-pop. It's fun. It's bright. It's gas. It's glary. It's a lot of fun. About £12 I paid for it, downloaded, and I've been paying a combination of handheld, and I've been using the Joy-Cons earlier as well.
Okay.
So the Joy-Cons are interesting. I was making a lot of fuck ups, but I'm looking at the way the guy's doing it on there in terms of the drum, and that's nothing like how I've been playing it. In fact, I've been bored of my Apple Watch, and it's been thinking that I've actually been doing exercise. So it's good fun. If you want to try it out as a demo.
My stepson actually owns this with the drums, so
have you played it?
When he got it, I had a go on it. It was fun. It's actually at the arcade club as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's okay, but the music is not my cup of tea at all. And
it's not my cup of tea either.
And the drum is and the drum is very loud as well.
I bet.
Yeah, so
fuck it. Do it. The drum's expensive, about £100, I think.
Fuck me, that's insane.
I'll have a look in a minute. I don't know I would buy it. It's just it's a bit odd using the Joy-Cons because you have to use it a certain way. You've got to kind of use it as if you're not actually hitting a drum, because you can use it with one Joy-Con because it's like a sideward slash for the blue motion, and then there's for the red motion it's a solid straight down. Although I've been using two Joy-Cons and doing the movements with both hands, so it looks a bit odd. It sounds a bit odd. I look a bit strange, but I'm fine with that. No one else is watching me, but it's fun. It's really good. Yeah. And then other than that, I think that's about it, really. A bit more Animal Crossing. It was Toy Day on the 24th of December, so I've milked that, and then that's about it. I haven't really been playing too much of that.
Okay.
But as I said, I did about 2-3 days without gaming since I last spoke, so all good, man.
Cool. So
Done.
that's it. Is that it?
That's it. That's it. Me done. This is going to be a short one, isn't it?
Well, I've played quite a lot of games, so
I bet you
that's
have.
fine. Just oh, for God's sake, just let me put something on here. Okay, so I completed Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely loved it, mate. Absolutely loved it. Obviously, I can't give a. I'm not going to do any spoilers, mate. Of course, but I have to say there's actually multiple endings to the game.
ooh, I bet there would be
Yes, there is multiple endings. So I got the choice of three endings, but apparently, well, I looked online. There's five endings,
five. Okay,
and I
so
feel and I feel like I chose the best ending.
so I'm guessing that all this is also tied to your decision at the start of the game of which kind of path you take.
It's tied to apparently. Well, I was reading online on how to get these endings, and a lot of them are the certain side quests you do. So if you don't do so if you get to the end of the game and you don't finish off some of the side quest lines, then you don't get the options to do some stuff to get those endings. And then there's some other endings that depend on some of your choices with people. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
fine.
okay. But I got a. I think I got the best ending I could, to be honest, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I actually watched. So after I completed, I watched all the other endings because I was just had that curiosity, and I feel like the ending I chose was the better one, and it was very emotional. I have to say, it was very
Okay.
very emotional. So one thing I do want to say about Cyberpunk, and I know obviously people have been moaning about the graphics and the glitches and stuff, and yeah, they're there somewhat, but it didn't stop me enjoying the game. This game is probably one of the best games I've played in regards to character creation, that dimension within the characters you interact with in the game. They're so well realized that when you're playing the game you actually feel like you care about these characters because the way you interact with them, the conversations, the just their mannerisms, facial expressions, the way they keep in touch with you throughout the game via text messages, and it feels like you've got relationships going on with all these characters within the game. And I don't feel like any other game I've played has as well realized that feeling. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, it does make sense. It's
Yeah.
it's always the choice of the choice or the illusion of choice
Yes.
is always there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, when I've been playing it's like it gives you when you're having a conversation with someone, the conversation will flow much better than it would any other game I've played like it.
Yeah.
Um, and sometimes the conversation will get a bit narked with you, or things will go a bit unexpected, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So no wonder there's been a few glitches here and there in terms of getting everything to marry up correctly. Because
Mm.
I think one of the conversations I had was quite early on,
Yeah.
and I managed to score an extra 10% of my cut of a job just by
Yeah.
squealing on this other person who was trying to do the dirty. But even about 5 minutes later, it was brought up by another character that I did well to do that. So it was like, whoa! I mean, it's actually remembered to do that. It's like a branching narrative that
Yeah,
it, it
there is, and a lot of choices have lots of different consequences throughout the game. So when I was talking to Sly about the game, quite early on, you choose you there's a choice of what to do with someone, and then after that, it depends on your choice of what you do with them. It changes what happens later on in some of the missions, like where you go, the people you see, this completely different area, completely different stuff happens. And some of the choices you make throughout the game, you make can depend. If you make the right choice, you can get some really good weapons or vehicles or whatever. Because if you make some other choices, you don't get some of those goodies as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of choice in this game actually, and I think when you've got an open world game like this, which is quite big, it is very hard to marry all that together. Now, I don't think that excuses the glitches that have happened and the performance problems that people are experiencing on the base consoles. But personally, from what I've seen and what I've been speaking to people about, I do think that has been blown way out of proportion because, you know, it's like anything, Dan, isn't it? All the negativity is going to be shouted about on the social media platforms,
Find
whereas,
the
wh-
people with
yeah,
the very vocal minority, you'll
yes,
hear about them,
yeah,
and it doesn't really help that you have an awful lot of people creating content
yeah,
for their YouTube channels or get
uh
clicks or build their base.
yeah,
So just take it with a pinch of salt. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, I'm not denying it hasn't happened, and obviously there's been a
uh
lot of people saying have issues that there's unplayable, but what is unplayable for some person is perfectly fine for another.
yeah, yeah,
Um, so
yeah, and it's mate, I love this game. I really did, and I spent just over about 64 hours or something. It took me to complete it. Now I didn't do. So I did all the main character side quests. I pretty much did every side mission. So you got the choice of you got main missions, side missions, gigs, and the police stuff. So I did quite a lot of the gigs, but not all of them, obviously. And I did some of the police stuff as well, but not that many. I found the side quests more entertaining from the ones I did compared to the gigs, and I just got to the point in the game where the story had gotten to a point where I was just like, I don't want to put this off any longer. I really want to see where this takes me. And to be honest, I was not disappointed at all. I can I can see why there's multiple endings. Let's just put it that way, and I think it's really well done. I think if they'd given it another 6 months though on the console platforms just to polish it out, there would have been a lot more happy people. But from my perspective, it is a great game. It's one of the top games I've ever played. It is really really good, and yeah, I think they did a good job with what they had with it.
cool.
Yeah. So that's Cyberpunk. Uh, High praises from Webby, indeed.
Mm. When will you find out? When will we find out that it's your game of the year or not? When are we
Uh,
doing that show?
oh, did I mention it or not? No, I didn't.
No, you
So
didn't.
obviously this week was meant to be the Game of the Year show, but we've pushed it back because we wanted some more time to catch up on the 2020 games that we haven't played.
Yeah, and it's pretty obvious by the show out this week that no one was going to make it anyway. So
Yeah. So the Game of the Year show is now going to be on the 10th of January. For those of you that are interested, it's going to be a top five. And I don't know who's going to be on. I think Dan's going to be on, Stunty, and whoever else can be asked to turn up.
cool.
Yeah. Okay, so since I completed Cyberpunk, I had a little bit of a void in games to play, so I've been playing a few, but I've kind of obviously I've settled on Grand Theft Auto at the moment as a game that I'm really enjoying. But we've already talked about that. But I felt like I need a game that's a little bit shorter, and a game that I know that is shorter is Resident Evil 3.
Ooh,
Yes. So apparently this is quite a short game. About 6 hours or so. Someone was saying to
okay,
me. I think so. That's the perfect length. So I've been playing
that's
some
what she
Resident
said.
Evil. Whoop whoop. So I've been playing some Resident Evil 3. I've only put about 2 or 3 hours into it so far this week. But what I've played so far, I'm really impressed with it. And I don't, because I remember when it came out, it got a lot of flack. It really did. And I think the main complaint was just that it was too short and no one was mentioning how good the gameplay was or how good the graphics are or anything, right? So I've got fond memories of this from the PlayStation 1. I loved it on the PS1. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I really was a big Resident Evil fan back in that time period. So I really enjoyed playing through Resident Evil 2, the remake, and obviously now we've got Resident Evil 3 remake. And what's quite interesting, because I think I was in a party chat with you, Dan, I got to a point in Resident Evil 3 remake where you go back into the police station from Resident Evil 2, and I've
You do,
completely
yeah.
forgot that you go back there.
It was an interesting party chat because I think we had Colin and his crew doing Warzone, and there was you squealing
Yes.
at Resident
Huh.
Evil, shitting yourself.
Yeah, I
So
was.
that was enjoyable listening to that one. Standard,
Yeah,
yeah.
so what's really good, I mean, the thing that I'm really liking about it is, it's like Resident Evil 2, they've completely redone the game. And what makes it freaky, very much like Resident Evil 2, is because the graphics are so much more realistic. Those scares with the nemesis that's coming after you and the zombies and the other monsters, etc. It's just more scary because they look real. They're super realistic. And one of the things that really stood out to me straight away, it was well is how good the graphics are in this game and how lifelike the
What are you
characters
playing it
are.
on?
PC,
Uh,
how realistic everything looks, and it doesn't have any ray tracing, Dan. So I'm not going to go on
I'm
to
not.
a hard on about
I
ray
didn't say anything.
tracing.
That's some people
I
might
know
ray
it's on your
tracing on your
mind.
bingo card, people.
um, but one thing that is that uh, does really stand out, and I think it must stand out on the consoles as well, is the lighting. Because because what I like about it's set at night time, and it's all the street sign, like the signs on the shops are all kind of that neon lighting, and you see all the reflections in the puddles as you're walking around. It just looks gorgeous. It really does, and it just makes it feel that world just feel much more alive. But anyway, I've been banging about the graphics too much. What about the gameplay? It's a classic Resident Evil, right? Obviously, it's not that tank controls, but it's you're funneled down. If obviously it's in a city, but you're funneled down where to go, if that makes sense. And then you have small areas which are semi-open. You go into some doors and it's like secret areas with more loot, and then you're like, oh yeah, there's a ribbon place to save and your storage and all that. But I'm loving it because the story so far is just really really good. You're trying to escape the city, and you come across a band of mercenaries, and there's the underground tube train, and you want to escape on that, but stuff happens, and it's just the cast of characters you meet along the way as you're trying to escape Raccoon City. And one of the things that really I thought was quite cool was because obviously very recently I played Resident Evil 2, the remake. When you go back to the police station in Resident Evil 3, it's like they've taken the police station from Resident Evil 2 and just plonked it in this game. And it's quite funny because you go into a certain room and it has the same signs up, for Leon's first day. And then
Yeah.
your character makes a comment saying, "Well, this guy had a shitty first day." It just made me laugh.
This game, if I remember correctly from the PS2, PS1 game saves,
Yeah.
is actually set over the same time period. Well, it's actually a prequel and a sequel. It sits over the whole because there's a moment in there. I think
Mm.
it leads up. Jill Valentine passes out for a moment, and then Resident Evil 2 takes place, and then when she wakes up, the rest of Resident Evil 3 takes place.
But
So
yeah. So what's quite interesting, Dan, is there's a character in the police station, the black guy,
yeah,
who's quite a prominent character who you talk to in Resident Evil 2 in the police station.
yeah.
He makes an appearance in Resident Evil
Ah,
Nemesis, and you see him
yeah.
get bitten by.
So there you go.
So yeah, because in Resident Evil 2, if I remember right, he's been bitten.
Yeah, that's correct.
And he's like, "Look, I'm going to turn soon or whatever," and he kills himself. Spoilers. But in this one, you see him get bitten outside the police station, and then he goes in. So yeah, I can. So the time periods do jump around, but it's really well done, and it's dirt cheap. Picked up for less than a tenner. Well worth the money, in my opinion. And Yeah, I think it came out this year as well, so it could even be in my top 5. Who knows?
Yeah, was it last year?
It was this
I
year.
can't remember. Was
It
it?
came out this year, yeah.
Bloody hell, man! Where did
Yeah.
that go? It feels like it's been that longer.
Yeah.
It probably came out in January, didn't it? That was it.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic happened, and everyone aged mentally by about 10 years.
Yeah, that's it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it
Okay,
came out
makes
in
sense.
April, the 3rd of April.
Oh, that was right. Because because people were struggling to get hold of it because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Good God, why does that? I mean, it feels like it's been that longer. I see. I've got Resident Evil 2 sitting around here on the Xbox, and I played it for
Yeah.
a bit, and then
Yeah.
haven't gone back to it. Maybe I need to pick it up again.
Yeah, it's good, man. It is good.
Good,
Cool.
good.
So
Okay.
there's that. Obviously, I've been dabbling on a little bit of Game Pass on the Xbox of all places instead of my PC. I know what's happened to me. And while I was looking through Game Pass, it just made me think of a game that I'd actually purchased because this isn't on Game Pass. Cuphead on the
Okay.
Xbox. Dude, this game is so good. I forgot how good it was.
I didn't like it.
I love the art style. It's very bloody hard though. But it's one of those games you can just pick up and play it for like 20 minutes, half hour, then get pissed off and put it down again, you know?
Yeah, I mean, when I played it, I think it was just a lot of it. It didn't feel responsive enough. There was something.
Okay.
There was like a disconnect with the controls. There
Right.
was a. It was just. It didn't feel right. If you know what I mean. And
Yeah, I
to
know
me,
what
that's
you're
quite
saying.
important. That's quite important when you play a
Yeah.
platformer.
Well, I don't have any. I
It
mean,
needs to be. Yeah,
I've not felt any problems with it personally. But
yeah,
the thing I like about it is obviously I love the art style. I think it's really well done. But I love how all the levels are completely different. If
yeah.
that makes sense, like all the bosses are it just feels like so much effort has been put into every single boss level, and obviously the side scrolling levels, which you don't even have to do to complete the game. It's just I wanted to mention it because this seems to be one of those games that just kind of
On everything now, isn't it? It's on.
die. Yeah, it just feels like no one talks about it, and I know it's been out a while, but yeah, it's out on the Switch, isn't it, as
I think
well? So
a lot of people have. I see a lot of people still talk about it. I think.
oh, cool. But yeah,
Um,
it's a good game, man.
okay,
It
I'm not a
it's
fan.
like Dark Souls, but you know that level of difficulty. You know, it's a good old challenge. Yeah.
Cool.
So I just wanted to mention that. But yeah, while I was looking through Game Pass, I started playing ukulele,
And
and it's good.
is it good? Is it okay? I
Yeah,
didn't really
man.
give it much of a time of day. To be honest with you, it looked a bit poo.
Yeah,
Um,
man. I started playing it, and I was thinking, man, this is actually a really decent platformer. I really liked it. I mean, I played it for about an hour, and it was really cool because my little boy was watching me play. And he was like, "Oh, Daddy, this looks really good," you know, and he was getting excited. And while I was playing, because it has that kind of that cartoony art style, right? But it's just a platforming game. It reminds me like a cheap Mario, if that makes
about
sense. No, but you know what I
no.
mean. It's yeah, because you can jump on the enemies' heads, but you can do like rolls and stuff as well. So it's not
Yeah, yeah.
just jumping, but it's a decent platformer. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
good little platformer. It's on Game Pass. Uh, if you're bored, give it a go.
You're bored.
Well, if you've got nothing
uh,
else to play, you fancy
yeah, I
some
suppose.
platforming. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, yeah. What are Chivos like? Any good?
I've got a Chivo.
A Chivo. Okay, that's
Yeah,
peeves out then.
yeah. Well, I didn't play it
Uh,
for long, did I?
well,
So
yeah, I suppose. Yeah, unless he needs to top up his bin points, as he calls them.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I believe last week I mentioned that I was gonna, or a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned I was gonna check out this alpha for a game called Scavengers on the PC. So I was lucky. I started playing it the day that the alpha was ending. So I
okay,
thought, oh, I better give this a go, so I can talk about it. I don't even know if I'm allowed to, but fuck it, I'm going to anyway.
do it, mate.
Uh,
What are they going to do? Ban you from it?
well,
Oh,
there's gameplay all over bloody YouTube anyway. So yeah, so basically, it's another one of these. battle royale games. I know we've been inundated with these the last few years or whatever, but it has a little bit of a twist. So it's set in a snowy location, but it's not all about killing other people. It's you get these little missions to do on the map. So you and your team have to go and secure areas or collect these items to give back to the person who sent you out for the job. So basically, it's cold, and then the snowstorms can come into your area, and you get really cold. And then when you get really cold, you start losing life. So you have to find these areas to like bonfires to warm up again. And then towards the end of the match time, you need to get off the area, if that makes sense, on like a
Yeah,
helicopter or something. I
yeah.
didn't get that far because my team got wiped out quite early on. But what I played, it was pretty okay, to be honest. It's going to be free to play. It's not a game I would pay for, so it makes me
Yeah.
wonder
What's it on?
what.
PC only?
It's on PC only at the moment. I don't know if there's any plans for it to come to any other platforms, but I do feel like it's going to be another one of those.
Blinking you miss it games.
It's going to be another one of those games. I think that's just going to die a death because I think the battle royale genre is just oversaturated now, and people
Thing,
have
isn't
their
it?
games, so it's going to take something quite special to get into that market.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know. It seems like I don't know what's the next big thing going to be. That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah,
Everyone
that's
wants a
it.
piece of the pie, but people like Fortnite are playing the big bucks for all the licensing right now.
Yeah, yeah,
So, it's what you do.
yeah.
How do you get a piece of that pie? I don't think you can.
No, no, and I think in the PC space they are trying to do different things with different types of games.
Yeah.
Because I was talking about a little while ago a game I was playing called Phasmophobia. I
Okay.
don't know if you remember me talking about it. So basically, it's you and a crew, and you're going in. There's loads of different maps, but it's basically a haunt. It's all different haunted houses or haunted schools or haunted areas. And you're investigating, and you have to try and figure out what type of ghost is haunting the area. And it's really well done, actually.
Mhm.
That's a very different type of game that's never come out before, and it's actually quite popular. So in the PC space in particular, they are trying to do a lot of different things. That's just one example that I thought of. So I just don't know how popular these things are going to get and what's going to port over to console or whatever. It just seems like everything is very in the multiplayer space, just very generic at the moment. Everyone's trying to do the same thing, all these big shooters and all that. And
Yeah.
personally, I would just like to see something a little bit different. But there we go.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've seen so many, even this Christmas. We've seen some big so-called AAA titles not really take off at all.
Yeah.
What was that PS5 times exclusive? Godfall.
Oh, that got panned, didn't it?
I know,
Absolutely
I
panned.
know.
Well,
As I
that's
said,
actually on PC as well. It came out on PC the same day.
yeah, but
It
at the
got
same time,
yeah,
I think Sony paid quite a lot of money to make sure that was console exclusive.
yeah, yeah,
Um, and that's got online components or games as a
yeah,
service attached to it. And then you got stuff like the Avengers, which has been on belly up.
yeah.
That doesn't seem like it's got any kind of longevity at the
Hmm.
moment, unless you make it free to play, which will be the case within 6 months to 12 months or so.
Yeah,
Um, and then obviously you got Fortnite, which it seems to be all the rage right
Fortnite.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no one talks about PUBG anymore.
No, not in the console space. It's still very popular on the PC. I still know quite a lot of people that play it quite regularly. I've kind of fallen out. I've kind of fallen off it just because I don't have a regular crew I play online with anymore, really. Because I just get too sucked into single player games at the minute. And I think that's just my thing. I just really wanted to play some single player games. So yeah, um, but PUBG, as I say, is still very popular on PC. Extremely popular, in fact. They keep on releasing new maps all the bloody time. So
Bloody hell.
still making money, mate. Still making money.
I think once you've got your well, I suppose you've got stuff like Fall Guys as well.
Oh, so good.
Um,
Love Fall Guys.
yeah,
Brilliant game.
I've added much more to it.
Loads of
played it
new
for a long
maps.
time.
They're adding maps on that all the time, all the bloody
Okay.
time, mate. Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So they're really
okay.
looking after that. Yeah, because they make money off the microtransactions, people buying outfits and stuff. So
Very true. Very
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Good.
All
Good.
right, I'm gonna move on to my last few games.
Okay. Last
Uh,
few games.
yeah.
Here
So
we
I've
go.
been playing quite a bit of. So over Christmas, because I had my stepson and his wife over. Um, we were playing quite a bit of Smash Bros.
Cool.
And he's purchased Sephiroth as well.
Okay. So
So,
you having a Sephiroth battle off, yeah?
well, what's really cool about the new DLC, it's not just the character, it's the stage that comes with the Sephiroth character as well. So if you're into Final Fantasy VII, you'll know that the end of the game is set in the crater, right? And
Yeah.
it's done. It's the attention to detail I'm absolutely stunned by, because it's you're in the crater and it looks exactly like the actual game, in Final Fantasy VII. And also it has all the music, and it even has the High Wind, which is the ship that flies. It flies around the stage as well,
Oh,
which is really really cool. I
nice.
think that is just so well done. So for mega Final Fantasy fans like me, that attention to detail is pretty astounding, to be honest, mate. It looks
Mhm.
really good because, like, it starts off, you're outside the crater and then you're going in the crater and you're battling, and then you have all the music, and it's just, mate, it's so cool, so
Did you
well
win?
done.
Did you win?
I won probably about one game. I think I just won like one. I'm crap at Smash Bros, mate. I really
Yeah.
am. So
Yeah, so I'm not that great either, but
yeah,
I need to get back into it.
it's a
But
lot of
maybe
fun.
use the pro controller rather than the actual handheld mode. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just need to get used to it again. But it's not like any other beat 'em up, because you are kind
Yeah,
of relying on a lot of it on the blocking, and obviously when you fall off platforms, getting back up again.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm not quite good at that yet, but we'll see.
No, no, I'm not either. Yeah, so I
Good,
had a
good.
lot of fun with that, mate. It's good fun. Briefly going to say I've been playing a lot of Microsoft Flight Simulator. So since I finished
Oh,
Cyberpunk as well, I've been neglecting Flight Sim, and
yeah.
I got out my flight stick and I've been flying around the world. My 747, mate. It's been I've been having a
Has it
lot
been
of fun
good?
on that.
Beating the
Yeah, it's really
pandemic,
good.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and
There
I've
was
also
yeah.
so
Is it?
also what I've been doing, mate, is putting it onto autopilot
Mm.
and just leaving it running overnight for my long haul flights. I know it's sad, but there's
Yeah.
an achievement for doing 50 hours of daytime flying and 50 hours of nighttime flying. I got the Chivo for the daytime, but I've got like another, I think I've got like another 18 hours of night flying to do for that Chivo. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some night flights in at the moment. Yeah, I know it's
Jesus.
sad, but there we go.
Well, I've heard news that that's coming to Series X next year.
Yes, it is coming to Series X, mate. Yeah, and
Mm.
I think people are going to be impressed with it, to be honest, on the Series X. I mean, I'm not sure how great it's going to look or whatever, but I think just being able to play a flight sim on your console, I think that is just astounding, because, these sim games, especially, never come to console. So the fact that console gamers get to experience it, I think, is really, really good. I'm not sure how it's going to play on a controller,
Like,
because, I mean,
look, mate, do a barrel roll.
yeah, but because I use a flight stick, but but you have to use my keyboard for a lot of the commands as well. So, um, it'd be quite interesting. But it's Microsoft. They've obviously already done it because it's coming out on console, and I hear that you can use a flight stick on the Xbox with the game as well, which is really really cool. So, yeah, it's a great. It's just the thing that amazes me is just the technical marvel that you can just fly anywhere in the freaking world. It just, every time I play it, it just astounds me. It really does. So it's a masterpiece in that regard.
I believe you, mate. All
Yeah,
right. It's always as good as a Euro chucker. whatever you call it. Euro Trucker 2000, or whatever you call
Oh,
it.
Euro Truck Simulator. That's I'll tell you what was quite interesting.
There we go. I bet it wasn't.
No, it won't be for you. But I subscribe to this app where I can get every single, well, most magazines on this app because I like to read my gaming mags and it saves me a lot of money. And
Oh, is this on the? Is this Apple? Because I've
no,
got.
no,
I've
no,
got
no,
that app.
no. It's
I'll get all
an
the
app
gaming
called
mags on the Apple.
it's an app called Readly.
Okay.
Yeah, so it has like pretty much every gaming mag you could think of and all the other crappy mags,
Like Bella.
like Playboy and stuff.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah. Men's Health.
yeah, like Men's Health and Women's Health and
Yeah.
Vegan Monthly and all that bollocks for the missus. But
Cool.
so I was reading that and they got the PC Gamer. Obviously, I've read the PC Game ones and they do the annual every year, so they do the top 100 games. It's not the top 100 games of that year, just in general. Do you know where? I think just on top of my head, Euro Truck Simulator 2 was in. I think it was in like the top 30 games to play. So it's highly regarded, mate. So stop taking the piss. It's great.
I don't know what
Yeah.
to say really. You have to keep justifying how good it is. It says it all.
No, it's good. Anyway, let's talk about the last game.
Okay.
I got a new game for Christmas.
Oh yes. Oh, I think I know what this is.
Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Oh.
It's really, yeah. So I got this on Christmas Day. What's it like? The 27th now. So couple of days ago.
Have you finished it?
No, I've played 6 hours.
That's not bad.
Yeah, 6 hours of it. Peeps, this is my last game. That's it. So it is. It's really good because if you you don't have to have played the other games in the Yakuza franchise to play this game because it's a whole new story, new characters. There is some. So if you haven't played the other games, some stuff will go over your head, like the Yakuza clans, which you are part of in the previous games and know of, and etc. Are mentioned in this game quite heavily, but you don't. It's not necessary. You need to know, but some of the that Yakuza stuff, for the fattest, it's fan service, etc. So the game, excuse me, I'm losing my voice now, so I have to be quick. The game itself is set in a whole new area than the other games, but the beginning of the game, like the first hour or so, is set in the old area, which is a whole city, which is pretty awesome. And then later on in the game, you go to a new area. Now, what I'm really liking about it is the fighting style has completely changed from the other Yakuza games. So it was very arcadey, like punch kick and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas this turn-based combat.
Turn-based combat.
Yes, this is why I'm loving it, because I'm a little bit of I'm a big nerd. There's a lot of references to the Dragon Quest series in this.
Okay.
So the main character, he's a Yakuza bloke, but he loves playing the Dragon Quest games. So a lot of the game, yeah. So a lot of the so he references he references JRPGs a lot. Talks about leveling up and characters in RPGs and stuff like that. So the fighting style is all turn-based, and it actually works really, really well. And then you get like party members, and they'll have their different abilities and special moves, and it's just really well done. Because when I first heard that this game was going to go to turn-based, I was thinking to myself, this isn't going to work, because the Yakuza games are known for their wacky fighting style, but it works really, really well. And I have to say, so far, this game it's stunned me just how good it is. The quality. Again, it's like being in a interactive mafia movie, just like all the other ones. Like the twists and turns in the story already have been jaw dropping. and just the gameplay, just going around the locations and just seeing everything has just been really really cool. It has those wacky mini games like in the old game. So one of the wacky mini games that you can do is you can drive around the city on this free-wheel bike and pick up cans to give them to to this dude who recycles them. So you get eco points, which is quite
Not really a
funny.
mafioso, is he? Let's be honest. It's not really. Remember, Luke, he's just misunderstood.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, the Yakuza games are known for their wacky side stuff that you can do, and that's obviously in here as well. But this is the first Yakuza game, Dan, that has English voice acting.
Oh,
Yes. So
how is that?
I can't tell you what it's like because I chose the Japanese voice
Oh, okay.
acting. Because it would just feel very jarring for me to go from playing 7 Yakuza games in Japanese to playing another one to playing one in English. It would just be odd. So I'm staying traditional. I'm doing the Japanese voices with the English subtitles. And what's really cool is obviously Evan's wife is Japanese and she's been over for, over Christmas.
Yeah.
And I've been playing it, and she's like, "Oh, this is voice acted really well. Oh, I recognise that character because obviously this series is massive in Japan, so they use Japanese movie stars
Uh,
to act in the game. So it's all their all their likenesses and their voices are all in the game. So it's actually done to a very high caliber. So
it kind of reminds me of Shenmue to a degree, but the acting, the character acting on that was dog shit, I suppose.
mm,
Um,
yeah.
so interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's really well done. And what's quite funny is I'm part of a Facebook group called Turn Based RPGs. So obviously we're
No,
just a bunch of RPG nerds, and a lot of people are recommending this game and talking about it like as just a really good turn-based RPG. Never played a Yakuza game before, but they're all raving about this. So it just goes to show the high caliber that this game is because that turn-based combat is so well done. But when you're playing this game, don't expect it to be all serious, blah blah blah, because some of the stuff that happens, even in the fighting, is just so fucking funny. So I've got one guy on my team at the moment. He's a bum, and he throws seeds out to attract pigeons, and pigeons attack the enemy who you throw the seeds at. Just silly things like that. And I've seen trailers of characters calling in a giant crab to fight for them, like as a summon. So it's like really silly stuff. So yeah,
sounds right up my street actually.
mate. I'm loving it. And I got it for Christmas. I'm playing it on the Xbox. It is available on all platforms: PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and I'm really impressed with. It looks good. It runs nice. I think I've seen it for like 35 quid on Amazon, so it's actually not a bad price.
I'll wait
So
for a bit longer then.
yeah, maybe wait a bit longer, Dan. But I mean, everyone knows I've raved about the Yakuza games on this podcast. I've went through all 7 of the
Yes.
original games on the PS4 within 2 years. So it was only a matter of time before I picked this up. I'm surprised I waited this long, to be honest. But yeah, it's a great game, and I'm so glad I'm waiting for the Game of the Year show now because this is probably going to be in there.
Cool.
Yeah,
Good.
that's
Good.
all I've played, mate. That's all I've played.
That's all you played. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
we're done.
We're done.
Almost.
Apart from questions.
Oh, we have questions, don't we?
Yeah. So Steel Powell says, "What did Santa bring you for Christmas this year?"
I didn't get that much actually.
That's what happens when you get older.
It
You're
is.
happy with
Well,
just some socks, aren't you?
well, sort of. Yeah. I mean, I got. What did I get? I did actually write this down. I got an Aphex Twin Peel Sessions EP on vinyl.
Nice.
That's a bit of banging. Well, bit of banging experimental techno.
Hmm.
I got a Mark Bolan T-Rex compilation vinyl with loads of covers on it. I haven't listened to that yet. It's supposed to be quite good. And I got a mug of The Shining.
Oh, nice.
So that is my Christmas. Although I did treat myself. I bought the Fortet, another techno producer, released 2 LPs on Bandcamp on Christmas Day, so I bought those myself.
Nice.
The best of the John Spencer Blues Explosion, bought myself that, and I got myself a copy of BC Camplight's latest album. On
Peep says that's who he's named
signed.
after. Mark Bolan.
Mark Bolan, that's what I said.
Yeah, that's who he's named after, apparently.
Here we go. Playboy Peeps.
That's why his name is spelt wrong.
Oh, I see. Well, maybe we got a new game tag for you there, mate. We have to. Yeah. We'll work
the Bolanator.
The Bolanator. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's so that was it really.
Okay.
I mean, I've got a little bit of it. I'll treat myself in the next couple of weeks or so, but say Christmas isn't really my thing. What did you get then, apart from the video game?
So I got Yakuza. That was from the kids. Me and the missus said, look, we're not going to do presents for each other. Just do stuff. So the kids got shitloads of presents, obviously not just from us, but from family. Marcus was a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. He just had his birthday a couple of weeks ago as well. So it's just been presents non-stop. It's been nuts.
Has he got his first console yet?
No, he's still a bit too young to be playing games, to be honest. He doesn't know how to work a controller. But well, yeah, I mean, go on.
No, so you were getting a little bit frustrated with him when we were playing Mario Kart the other week.
Yeah, so when we were playing Mario Kart, it was quite funny. I had to turn all the assists on, and because it just drives itself, doesn't it? So, yeah. But yeah, I just got Yakuza and a crate of Flavorly beer. Just so yeah, good times. I'm happy with that. I don't need stuff at Christmas. Like if I said to Mrs. said if I want something, I'll just buy it within reason. So I've had a pretty good year this year. I've got my graphics card and I've got a new monitor. So that's more than what most husbands are allowed to get. So I feel quite lucky in that aspect.
Allowed to get? You just get them outright? He said, "Screw this, I'm having that."
Yeah, and then I tell her after like when it turns up, and then I'll get told off.
Yeah, so it wasn't any kind of like a joint decision, was there? No, okay, I believe you, mate.
Not really, but there we go. Okay, next question. Steve again says, best and worst present you receive. I can't really answer that because
can I really?
I don't really get anything that's super shit.
And I only got 3 gifts.
Yeah.
So.
And anything I always appreciate. So there you go.
Yeah.
It's the thought that counts.
Indeed.
Unless it's a bag of poo, then obviously.
Bag of poo, yeah. Well, someone actually did think about doing that for you, so.
Last question from Ronnie McCatty. This is on Facebook. I don't know if I've got anything on Twitter or Discord. I'll double check in a second, but I don't think we do. He says, did the way you gamed in 2020 change from previous years due to COVID or perhaps buying a game in a new genre you wouldn't normally play, Game Pass, etc.?
So, I mean, it did for everyone. It got to a point where I suppose at one point, I started playing stuff like Diablo 3, which I've never played before, and I put a lot of time into that.
Yeah.
What else did I play? I started playing a JRPG, which I haven't played in years.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You never finished it though, did you?
No, of course I never finished it. I only finished Spider-Man Miles Morales, and everyone's finished that on the first sitting. I didn't get on to finishing that. I really have to. That's but I've actually got quite good at Gears 5. I was smashing MVP earlier this evening, which I was surprising myself. Found me groove on that to a degree. So
nice.
You kind of your skills just. But to me, I'm good at multiplayer. If I play a lot, I've always been good at Mario Kart, for example. But after a little bit, after a bit of warm up, I'm really good at Mario Kart. So. Yeah, I guess there's more opportunity to game in the next 2 to 3 months or so.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be any immediate light at that. But there just seems to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Obviously, with the vaccinations coming.
Yeah.
Hopefully, things opening up more come end of February, March time. But between now and then, we've just gone to Tier 4, and everyone's even the streets around here, everyone doesn't know what the fuck to do at the moment. It's odd. I mean, we had the storm last night, and then as soon as it got kind of bright down here quite quickly, so everyone just left the house
Yeah.
and the town just go for a walk. But
Yeah.
there's no shops open. There's no pubs. There's lots of people just wandering around, wondering what the fuck to do. So it's going to be going on like that for some time now, and there's snow on the way. From the sound of it, there's going to be snow next couple of days in certain parts of the country. So,
Yeah.
stick the heating on. Make sure you've got enough coins in your electricity meter and play some video games.
Yeah. I mean, my gaming hasn't really changed too much, to be honest, because I get quite a lot of gaming time. I would say the fact I've been able to work from home for almost a year has allowed me to game probably more. But I always try and fit gaming in as much as I can anyway. So I've not played anything different because I'm always been one of those people that will pretty much try any genre of game apart from soccer games. Yeah, so I've just enjoyed gaming as always, like every year.
But also the podcast has changed a bit. I mean, originally we were planning to go once every 2 weeks, and then that became once every week, and now it is what it is right now. So
yeah, I'm quite liking it right now. I'm quite liking it.
Well, yeah, as I said, it's a nice little lifeline for me, especially because I live on my own, and it's quite easy for me to sit around and not see anyone, especially at the moment. But I'm going to try and get out and about.
Yeah.
But within the restrictions, there's no shops open. I'll be going. Basically, I'll be going for lots of walks. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Fan dabby dozy.
I'll have to start playing some more walking simulators. Get some practice in.
Yeah, what you should do is get a treadmill, and then walk on the treadmill as you're gaming.
Not enough room, dude.
Not enough room. No, okay, not like one of those exercise bikes. No.
Not enough room, man.
Bit smaller, no. Okay.
Not enough room. Not enough room in my flat. Said it's compact and cozy. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Cool. That's all the questions, man. Nice short show this week.
Well, it's a weird period between Christmas and New Year, isn't it?
Yeah. But obviously, it's the last show of 2020, so I hope everyone has a happy New Year. Hope things pick up.
Happier 2021 because this year was fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my car has hardly moved.
You might want to check that.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I think I think it might have a little leak in it because the windows are now fogging up. I don't know what the fuck one of the seals has gone or what, I don't know. But probably just because I've not been using it. I think I've filled it up with petrol probably once or twice all year. So it's hardly been used.
That's good news. Sort of.
Well, I've saved a fuckload of money on fuel this year, which has really helped my missus being on maternity leave, I tell you. So
yeah,
let's just hope I have a job still next year with everything that's happening.
Yeah.
And there we go.
Indeedly do.
Yeah.
Fuck this year.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Anyway, we'll end on that happy note. So everyone who's listening, have a happy New Year. And the Patreon show will be out on the 4th of December. And then we will be recording the Game of the Year show on the 10th of January. Oh, what did I say, the 4th of December? So next show, the Patreon show will be on the 4th of January.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the 5th of January it'll be out. And then the Game of the Year show will be recorded on the 10th of January. But then won't be out until the 12th of January.
Yes. And we'll hopefully have a few people on that show.
I hope so. I hope people can make the effort to come on that one. That'll be a good one. It'll be
quite
long, though.
Do we want people to submit their games of the year?
Yes, that would be nice, actually. If you want to submit your game of the year, top 5, I will make a post on the Facey Books for people to put them in there. Same on the Discord, because I know not everyone's on Facebook, so I'll do one in the general Discord room. Actually, I might just make a Game of the Year room. That'd be easy for me to find. or even if you don't want to do that, send me an email. And that email address is 360gamercast@gmail.com.
You can send it as a audio file or text.
Yes, if you want to do an audio, you can send it to me email and I'll put it in the show. If you want to send it text, that's fine.
Can I just say a caveat to this? I do not care about your honourable mentions, so don't give them to me. Thank you.
Just the top 5.
Just top 5. Keep it short, keep it sweet. Your honourable mentions mean you're dithering, right?
Oh, okay. I can't wait to really piss you off on the show.
Why?
Oh, Dan, I've whittled mine down to a top 10.
Top 10? Well, top 5, that's it. No honourable mentions. None.
And
this makes it more challenging.
Well, I've got a top 5, so that's fine.
Okay, done.
But I will mention the other 5 at some point.
That's yeah. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It just means that you're decisive.
Yeah, that's just me all over. Anyway, thank you to the Twitch people, the 4 Twitch people that are in there. Hello. Yeah.
Peeves, Clarky, St. Adams 90, and myself.
Yeah. Woohoo! It's that time of year. Yeah.
It is.
So awesome, Dan. Thank you very much for coming on.
No worries, man.
Hope you have a lovely New Year. I'll speak to you before then, anyway.
Yeah, well, I've got no plans. It's the first New Year's. I'm not doing anything. I'll probably just end up watching Jules Holland. I think he's on.
I'm working over New Year, man. What a shame.
Never mind.
It doesn't really bother me. It doesn't bother me because I'd never stay up till midnight New Year's anyway. So.
Yeah, it's going to be odd. It's going to be odd.
It's not like we can do anything, with all these restrictions. Why waste my holidays?
Exactly.
I'm saving all my holidays up for when I eventually go back to the office so I can take time off to not be there.
Yay. Oh, yeah, exactly. Just make sure you get paid for any holiday that you don't take. So,
yeah, of course. Cool. All right, dude. Well, thanks very much. So for me, Mark Webb, Gamertag, PSD, Steam ID, Webby, 360G. So thank you very much. If you want to listen to a podcast episode every single week of the year, it's easily done. Just go to patreon.com/360gamercast. And there you can subscribe for as little as £5 a month. That gives you a podcast every single week of the year. Lucky you. So again, that website is patreon.com/360gamercast. You can find me on Twitter at 360gamercast or at Webby360G. Facebook, search for 360gamercast. If you want to join our vibrant Discord community, the link for that will be in the show notes. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Go on there and piss people off more like.
It's good times, good times. Anyway, so thank you very much. We'll see you for the Patreon show next week. Goodbye. Oh, funny. I love the Discord, man. It's a highlight.
I stopped going. Well, I keep forgetting to go on there because I did have the alerts on, but it kept them going.
You got to turn the alerts off.
Yeah, I did, but then I keep forgetting to go in.
Yeah, I don't have any notifications for anything on my phone, apart from obviously text messages and WhatsApp. That's it. Good. And even then, if I'm in a group on WhatsApp, I mute the groups just because they piss me off. So I literally get no notifications on my phone pretty much. So I have to manually check, which is fine. I don't mind doing that.
Good.
So.
Peeps, I thought next week was Game of the Year. Get on with Peeps. Pay attention.
Yeah, do you not read our Twitter group? The Game of the Year show is being recorded on the 10th of January. The 10th. This is so Stunty, myself, and Dan can catch up on some of the games.
Maybe I might finish one.
Yeah. I'll have Yakuza done by then, so I can get that in my top 5.
Oh, he does a little thumbs up. There we go. He's a little thumbs up.
Yeah, cool.
I hope Man-Eater is in your top 5, Peeps.
God, did that come out this year?
It did, yeah. But what's he got? Well, he's played this Warzone and Man-Eater.
Yeah, I know.
And a bit of Watch Dogs Legion.
Oh yeah, well that won't be in his top 5, will it? He couldn't even finish it. Probably be in his worst 5. Do you remember when we used to do that? We used to do a top 5 and the bottom 5.
Yeah,
And we don't
I
even
know.
play that many games a year now, do we? Oh, we're
Oh,
getting so
there's
old.
there was some pieces of shit that we used to say. I don't know.
Yeah,
That was a long time ago, man. I mean,
I
it's
know.
a long time, years and years ago. Shit. Cool, man. Well, that should be it, I think. Oh, just that you know, Webby, I've been asked to do another podcast on. Do you remember Audio Fire?
Oh yeah, you back to doing that again?
I've been asked to do that, so I'm doing that.
Cool.
Beginning of January. So just let you know.
Don't need to let me know, mate. Do what you
Yeah,
want.
yeah, just do it. I do enjoy talking about film and games, the film and TV and music. So you know, those two are like they've got appalling taste and everything.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's quite
fine.
good fun.
There's only one podcast that you're not allowed to go on. I won't mention their name. Then you would be
Oh,
disowned. But there you go.
I don't even listen to that. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I did watch some of the live streams of that one, and it was just depressing. But I don't. You can't judge a book by its cover, I guess. But
Yeah, that's all we're
yeah,
gonna say.
yeah, yeah.
Cool. Well,
Good.
I'm gonna jump off and watch a couple of episodes of Vikings.
Oh, very good, very good.
Yep, loving it. Loving that show.
Yeah.
And then I might watch Wonder Woman 1984 tomorrow.
Okay. Well, yeah. It's just a massive cheese fest. That is.
I'll let you know what I think.
I already know what you think. Yes, make sure you go. Yeah, just get a blanket over your lap. Yeah.
My missus might get lucky after watching that film.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm going to go. I'll catch you later. Cheers for coming
Cool,
on,
man.
Dan. Speak to you
Take
next
care.
week on the show.
See you
Awesome.
later.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.